guys! Hello! Welcome back to my daily writing updates. I am filming this in the middle of the night. I am literally just barely catching my deadline for the day. And to recap, I'm Vivi. I am currently writing a fantasy novel about a disgraced spy who infiltrates a rural organization hiding a dangerous secret: cursed blood magic. And to update y'all on my progress so far, I am still writing chapter 6. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday that I actually started writing it instead of just outlining it. But so far, I am several hundred words into it. I think I'm at like 500 or 600 by now. I added like 200 more words. It's fine. It's going pretty well, actually. Though I think this chapter is up to a pretty introspective start. For one thing, I just finished that first section and I am moving on to the second section. I think I can divide this chapter again into 3 sections. So I'm pretty much done with the first section. I'm moving to the middle section, which shouldn't take that long. It's really just a transitional section to get me to the end, to that last scene, which has very important plot relevant points, or at least like character arc relevant points, events, conversations happening in it. And I'm quite happy with how this opening has started. This opening section is really just a reaction beat to the end of chapter 5, which I'm happy with it. I really like it. I like it, and I'm getting a much better sense of my main character's arc and how she can grow as a character throughout the story as I'm writing. I know I've mentioned her character arc before, and how I was having a really difficult time trying to pigeonhole it basically into a positive character arc or transformation arc, whatever. And she doesn't quite her change isn't so dramatic. I'd say she's somewhere between steadfast arc and the positive arc, because like for the first half of the novel she kind of goes through a negative arc, and then she goes back into a positive arc, and she ends I guess a bit above where she starts. Like she believes nearly the same things, like the same thing but with a bit of an evolution at the end, compared to like where she sort of starts out, because she starts off not so confident yet. She has a lot of self-doubts, which is, I'm discovering this as I write. Actually, I'm literally just discovering this as I'm writing this section that I just finished. And I find it really interesting because I thought that she wouldn't change so much, or I mean, she would basically just be like a steadfast arc with she starts in the same place, ends at the same place, but in the middle she goes through ups and downs, right? With her evolution. But in some ways, I'm realizing that she's actually going through a bit of a positive arc as well, which is nice, which is pretty fun. I I don't know if it muddies up her development, her character arc as a whole, or the thematic arc of the story as a whole. I will not know until I actually finish the story, but I'm noticing that uh, she has there's several aspects of her character that will undergo an evolution throughout the story, and some of them she will start off the same and end the same, which is her beliefs, uh, um, the ideals she believes in, the ideals she believes in, and in other ways she undergoes a positive arc, which is basically her going from not having enough confidence, not her doubting herself, not having enough confidence in her own decisions and in her own beliefs, in her own path, to her acknowledging that she will never know what's in the future, but she will make those decisions anyway and trusting herself more, right? So not trusting herself to trusting herself. It's interesting to note, I guess. It's interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she evolves. I have a feeling that it's tied to particular characters. I also realize that so there are three guys around her age that function essentially as foils to her character in different ways. They actually represent who she could be if her life went a different way, which I guess also that's the definition of a character foil, you know. But yeah, they also represent like different extremes, like, of her path, and the thematically she will end up aligning to one of them, and the other one and another one of them will also make their way to that path, while the last one, the first one who is introduced, kind of doesn't. But yeah, I'm learning my characters as I go along, and it's been fun. Another thing that happened was, so today I had dinner with a friend. Again, after several weeks of not having our regular dinners because of sickness and vacation and all that stuff. And she's one of my alpha readers, basically. I try to update her. She reads my story as I write it. It's been this way since my last story, actually, which I super appreciate her for. And she read this most recent version of chapter 5 and what I've written for chapter 6 today. And she told me that she really, really liked the conversation, the byplay, and the reveals in chapter 5 during the conversation between Ellerin and Leowen when they are alone. Like, she said it was very juicy and it made her wake up, her brain wake up after, after a long day at work. And I was like, yes! Yes! It was really gratifying. Although she did point out that the group scene, the scene where there were a lot of characters in them, was a little confusing, but I already kind of knew that, and it was already in my notes for a future revision pass, since it's functional right now and it's already good enough, in my opinion. It holds up. It's just not quite there yet, but it's good enough for a first draft, right? So yeah, I appreciate that feedback, because she is also one of the one of my alpha readers who tends to point out the parts that can more easily confuse people. So I appreciate that about her. I also kind of realized, I really, my writing really shines best in one-on-one conversations, in scenes with two characters in them interacting. Three is doable, but when I have to juggle as many characters as I made myself juggle in the last couple of chapters, it's like, it gets confusing real quickly. So, yeah, I've just been enjoying writing recently. So, I'm happy. I'm happy with my progress, and I may have to wait to update you guys on tomorrow's progress, since, well, I already updated you guys on today's progress today, like this video. So I'll see you guys sometime tomorrow in the early evening before I write, or after I write a little. We'll see, you know. But I do have to tell you guys, I guess, about that I might not have the time to write or to update you guys on my progress on Saturday, which is the day after tomorrow, because I'm attending an audition, and it will be basically an all-day affair. I have to be there by 7, and supposedly it probably won't end until like 4 or 5. So I'm really not sure if I'll have the time. I mean, I'll try. I guess that's the only thing I can do. I'll try to make time to update. I'm definitely gonna make time to write. It's just the recording myself, updating you guys on my progress. That might not happen. So, yeah, that's what's happening with me. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for checking in again, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye!